You are breathtaking. Herzlich willkommen. Was steht hier? Eichhörnchen so. Wo gibt's die Nüsse? Da gibt's die Nüsse, du Trottel. Bällebad ist super eklig. Ja, aber einiges ist super eklig. Außer man ist nackt.
Sag deine Worte.
Als SpookySunday eines Morgens aus unruhigen Träumen erwachte, fand er sich in seinem Bett zu einem ungeheuren Streamer verwandelt.
I have to go there. I have to go back there. It is as if something draws me there, wants me there, and I feel that longing, that desire to be there.
Ja, you rat.
Do you know who you are? see. Where's she now? Why do you want to be there, Mike? It's nothing there. I checked the house. Have you really ever been there, Mike? Do you know who you are? Do you know where you are? Do you know who you are? Do you realize you are?
Herzlich willkommen! Mein Mikro ist an, ja, Gott sei Dank. Immer ein bisschen leiser. Meine Güte. Half year in the making. Bei dem Trailer bleibt's auch. Ich habe weder die Manpower noch die Zeit, noch das Geld. Oder wirklich eine Serie draus zu machen. Wer weiß. Oh, ist das cozy heute, oder? Ist ein bisschen kalt, oder? Mit dem Schnee. Warum ist mein Kopf eigentlich so weiß? Was soll das? Kopf. Warte mal, wäre das so besser? Ah, guck mal. Es wird wirklich besser. Schnee auf dem Kopf, singt jetzt der Spooky, bitte nicht, dann schalte ich direkt aus. Herzlich willkommen, die Verschollene. Schön, dass du da bist. Herzlich willkommen. Wie ist die Musik aus? Ah, nächstes Lied. Giftshow-Theme. Herzlich willkommen, Cover 2000. Warte. Wieso geht es nicht? Dann halt so. Was ich euch schon immer mal sagen wollte. Ich habe jetzt so viele Dinger einfach. That's what she said. Was ist das denn jetzt? You are breathtaking. Herzlich willkommen, Ludel. Und herzlich willkommen, natürlich, Fixes. So, jetzt Roomtour bei Spooky. Teilweise ja, teilweise war das die Roomtour. Des Amateurs ihm sein Struggle. Ja, das wäre wirklich eine coole Serie. Ich war auch extra auf, guck mal hier, Schweißfleck. Geil, oder? Extra auf Dreharbeiten. Ich war auf Dreharbeiten. Ich kann leider nicht sagen wo, weil es sind Lost Places. Ich hatte auch mega Angst, erwischt zu werden. Aber ist gut gegangen. Das ist übrigens Project Palas. Phasmophobia, the Live-Action-Series. Jetzt die Katze aus dem Sack. Shadwell aus dem Sack. Ich habe hier so einen blöden Balk-Dings hier. Was ist das denn? Stört euch nicht. Nee, das war zu viel. Andersrum. Muss niedriger werden. Nee, doch nicht. Hä? Mein Stream ist immer noch Work in Progress. Einfach immer noch Work in Progress. Warte mal, ich hole mir mal kurz was Wärmeres. Ne, wobei es geht eigentlich. Ich weiß nicht, ich kann mich nicht entscheiden. Temperatur, zu kalt, zu warm, zu heiß, zu... Welche Dimension gibt es noch bei Temperatur? Heiß und kalt, oder? Heiß, kalt... Und Ananaspizza. So. Was machen wir heute? Das ist wieder der letzte SpookySunday. Dieses Jahr. Nächstes Jahr geht's weiter. Also in einem Jahr streame ich wieder. Das heißt am 17.12.2024. Nein. Da werden sicherlich die eine oder andere Person sich fragen.
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Ja, zu Recht. Im Januar geht's weiter. Schneit auch bei mir. Es wird immer mehr Work. Ja, es wird nicht weniger im Leben. Ich hab's immer gehasst, wenn die Erwachsenen gesagt haben, jetzt beginnt der Ernst des Lebens. Ja, nee. Der Ernst des Lebens beginnt bei Tag 1, wenn du einfach schreiend auf die Welt geplumpst wirst. Ab da beginnt der Ernst des Lebens. Und nicht später irgendwann nach dem Abi oder so. Nee, ab da. Ab da heißt nämlich, wo kriege ich mein verdammtes Essen her? So, das ist schon Struggle Nummer 1, ja. Ist einfach immer ein Struggle. Es hört nie auf. Und ich dachte mir, wir haben jetzt, ja, ich bin ja spezialisiert auf Horror. Und ich dachte mir so, ja, was macht man jetzt mal ein bisschen leiser hier machen, oder? Ich weiß auch nicht, wie das Ducking hier funktioniert. Was wäre besser, als mal das Jahr zu beenden, nicht mit irgendwie Zombies in den Kopf schießen oder so, sondern, ich habe schon hier ordentlich, das sind übrigens Temperatur, da habe ich reingerotzt, ja, um das mal klarzustellen, so. Also meine Nase reingeputzt, so. Die kann ich euch wärmstens empfehlen, je nachdem, wie stabil ihr seid. Wir spielen heute ein Spiel. Twitch hat es schon gespoilert, weil man muss was eingeben. Ich hätte ja auch reinschreiben können, irgendwie Harvest Moon, der tolle Ponyhof oder so. Darf ich nicht. Wurde mir verboten vom Theodore Witch, die alte Hexe. Aber wir spielen heute ein Spiel, was zu dem Genre der sogenannten Walking Simulator gehört. Das ist ein sehr diffamierender Begriff. Fing so an mit Dear Esther, wer es kennt. Was dieses Spiel auszeichnet ist, erstens, es wird schon viel gelaufen, muss man sagen. Zweitens, wenig Interaktion mit der Spielwelt. Also nicht hier irgendwie, ich hüpfe, Rocket Jump, benutze, habe ein Inventar, schalala. Nee, die Interaktion mit der Spielwelt wird aufs Geringste. Meistens kann man laufen und das war's. Nicht mal mit der Spielwelt interagieren. Punkt Nummer 3, starker Fokus auf die Erzählung, das Narrativ. Und die Art und Weise, wie Erzählung eingebaut und ja, verwurstelt wird, ist, finde ich, in diesem Spiel sehr einzigartig. Und wir gehen mal einfach rein, oder? Ich habe jetzt gar nicht so viel. Was steht hier? Jetzt wissen alle schon Bescheid, jetzt kennen das alle schon. Ich dachte ich präsentiere den Leuten hier was Neues. Nee, die haben es schon bei Katjana. Nichts gegen Katjana, ich liebe Katjana Gerz, ja. Aber dann kennt ihr das ja schon. Ich kenn's auch schon. Von daher, vielleicht kennt's, mal kurz Hand hoch, wer kennt's noch nicht? What Remains of Edith Finch. Sehr gut. Ludel kennt's noch nicht? Ludel, dann ist das heute Abend dein Spiel. Ihr Kovac jetzt auch noch nicht. Das freut mich sehr. Nein, natürlich freut es mich auch um jeden, der dabei ist, ob er es kennt oder nicht. Es behandelt Themen, die hart hitten und vor allem behandelt es die sehr implizit. Also nicht sehr direkt, aber indirekt und dann dadurch hittet es umso mehr, wenn man mal dahinter kommt, was eigentlich passiert ist. Katjana Gerz, ich mag Katjana Gerz. Einfach auch, die beste Duo war immer noch Katjana Gerz und Florentin Will. Ich traue gute Arbeit Originals heute noch hinterher. Brunch? Was ist eigentlich Brunch? Brunch. Das ist ja eine Mischung aus Breakfast und Lunch, ne? Brunch. Ja. Und hatte sie auch ihr Brunch-Outfit an? Alle, die nicht wissen, worüber ich rede, shame on you. Guckt euch der beste Sketch an, Brunch auf YouTube. Aber ich weine wahrscheinlich. Spätestens dann, wenn ich weine, weinen alle. Nein, Quatsch. So schlimm soll es auch nicht sein. Edith Finch, endlich mal wieder auch ein Spiel mit einer weiblichen Protagonistin, ist mit Global gemobbelt, oder? Ich mag jedes Spiel, was ein bisschen über die... Deswegen mache ich Alien Isolation auch so. Oder überhaupt Alien. Wobei nicht jede weibliche Protagonistin ist gut geschrieben. 50 Shades of Grey. Okay. Gehen wir mal rein. That's what he said. Ich glänze auch so, oder? Das ist das neue Licht hier. Voila. 5000 Lux. Ich dachte, ich stelle mir immer 5000 Lux hin, weil ich dachte, 2000 Lux reichen nicht. Direkt bereut. Wir gehen mal rüber. Ich habe schon was vorbereitet. Ja, das ist nicht selbstverständlich, dass man sich schon umgucken kann. Ich dachte, das ist noch Titel. Der erste Mindfuck. Oh.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning with the house. Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
Sagt, wenn ihr lieber wollt, dass es gibt nur englische Sprachausgabe, wenn nicht die Schrift auch in Englisch, weil manchmal kann das distracten. Oder ob ich es auf Deutsch lassen soll. Gerne im Chat schreiben.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Okay, man kann nicht rennen, aber man kann zoomen. Oh, die hat so einen cozy Pulli an, oder?
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Finches. Und nein, man kann nicht rennen. Ist das laut genug eigentlich? Einfach Bescheid sagen.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Also sieht für mich komplett stabil aus.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. I asked Edith once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Oh. Die haben ein paar Nachos zu viel gegessen, oder?
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Ich bodyshame nicht die Spielfigur. Ich will nur auf etwas hinweisen. Gegiffe. Hä? Jetzt hätte ich ja schon gedisst. Warte mal, dieses Ding macht mich ganz kirre hier. So. Also ich mag ja richtig starke weibliche Protagonisten. Ich finde es richtig gut. So Ripley, so durchtrainierte, harte Frauen, die sich auffüllen wie Kerle. Aber die Fetten, die gehen gar nicht. Die ist ja nicht fett, Leute. Die ist schwanger. Meine Güte. Also, dann ist man irgendwie auch beides, aber ist ja jetzt auch egal.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Die ist 17 Fakultät. Hätten wir das Thema jetzt schon wieder. Ja, man kann auch mit 17 schwanger werden. Über Licht anmachen hier.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Ich mag übrigens die, Sprecherin.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Gibt's Aussetzer bei jemandem? Bitte melden. Gibt's bei ihr... Sie ist fett, aber ich mag ihre Stimme. Bei dir auch? Beim Spiel oder bei mir? Oder bei beidem? Warte mal, ich mache mal Spotify aus. Was habe ich noch an? Eigentlich. Okay. Der Ton. Okay, wir probieren es mal so. Einen Moment. Nur nicht. Okay. Guck mal kurz. Hier habe ich keine. Das ist schon mal gut. Das heißt, es liegt nicht am Stream an sich, sondern es liegt, wenn, an mir. Und wenn es an mir liegt, ist gut, weil das heißt, ich kann es fixen. Probier mal. Mal gucken, ob es jetzt besser läuft.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
The Book of Mushroom, Cosmic Cuisine. Nachteil jetzt hiervon ist, ich kann den Chat nicht mehr sehen. Warte, dann machen wir das wieder so. SpookySunday. Bitte einmal hier. Dann gucke ich mir nämlich gerade mal selbst zu. So. Willkommen im Chat. Ja, okay.
Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Falls ihr ein gutes Rezept für einen Apfelkuchen haben wollt, jetzt ist der Zeitpunkt, einen Screenshot zu machen.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Naja.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
What did it say? Oh.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Barbara.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
Geile Set-Deko überall, ja. Agreed.
Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Auch sehr heterogen, wie sich noch herausstellt.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Milton? Schöner Kommentar, die Verschollene.
Reading this, maybe
Aber
it sounds like I had a plan.
immerhin eins. Auf eins habe ich Einfluss, auf das andere nicht.
But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Na, das ist mein Kinderzimmer.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Ganz kurz, sorry. Ist ein bisschen heller machen. Okay.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Alter, was ein Kinderzimmer, ey. Oh.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Molly ist 10 geworden.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Ja, Christopher.
I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night.
Tja.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit.
Oh.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark. I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. now I was a monster and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't. Passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer. All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Death number 1.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Freude auf die Familie zu. Ja. Immerhin leben da noch Menschen.
Odin's daughter Edith, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Stell dir vor, du schickst deine 10-jährige Tochter ohne Essen ins Bett und dann vergiftet die sich mit Mistletoe.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Warte mal, wie heißt das? Das hat einen Namen. Darwin Award?
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Komme ich jetzt zurück? Ja. Was ist die Zurücktaste? Spiel. Seriously. Okay.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Der gute alte Spooky-Büchertest. Nicht bestanden.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down. I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that, maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Okay, Selbstmord eines 11-Jährigen kann ja nur noch besser werden.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Wer baut sowas?
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Die Frau politisiert sich selbst. Ja, das stimmt. Es ist kein Bodyshaming, wenn man schwanger ist und deswegen fett, oder?
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Ah, so viel drauf zu gucken.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Und aß.
and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm
Direkt
not
gebannt.
scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act
Nehme ich in Kauf.
furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Auch dieser Cell-Shading Comic-Look mit diesen Frames. Sehr künstlerisch. Wir können schon pieken auf die nächsten Frames, was da kommt.
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. Vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Surprise! Bravo, Bob! You were wonderful!
The monsters had come to surprise
Fincher?
For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending. I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key. Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Wo war die Musikbox nochmal? Unten?
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Der ist 1 Jahr alt geworden. Das waren die Zwillinge.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. I wonder if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement. Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive the week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can. I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Jesus. Jetzt sind die shit the bunker again.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Runter. Nicht hoch wieder. Nur, dass das Monster in uns ist.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house...
An uncle under the house.
I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Derpy. Burpy. Furpy, lurpy, chirpy, burpy, sirpy. Jesus. Schatzi! My girl. German?
Sven built the house, but it was Edith who designed the cemetery.
Okay, Molly hat sich vergiftet mit Mistletoe. Calvin hat Selbstmord begangen. Sven wurde von der, als er die Rutsche gebaut hat, erschlagen. Edie? I don't know. Oder war Walter? Walter wurde vom Zug überfahren. Wenn es nicht auch Selbstmord war. Barbara ist so ein bisschen unschlüssig. Was das war? Weiß ich
I'm
nicht
sure
so genau.
Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Gregory ist 1 Jahr alt geworden. Sam 33. 11.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant. I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Das ist schon cool.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though. Aw.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Nothing quite like being outside. Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being make you want to chill out?
To tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Ich dachte gerade genau das gleiche wie Fake Sash.
Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn.
Oh.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn!
In dem Moment, in dem ich abgedrückt habe.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Oh, ach krass, ich muss den bewegen. Meine Güte.
Sorry, Dawn, just gotta reset the timer.
Okay, muss ich beeilen, anscheinend. Ah, okay.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Ich weiß zwar nicht, was Buzzkill ist, aber das ist egal. Der Cover weiß so viel. Der Cover ist genial. Die Katze verteilt eine Stelle. Ich habe erst gedacht, die Katze sagt so, was ist das? Das Eichhörnchen so, wo gibt's die Nüsse? Da gibt's die Nüsse, du Trottel. So habe ich das verstanden. Oh, okay. Dass die Spielengine hier nicht so ein gutes Bokeh anzeigt, könnte daran liegen, dass das ein Indie-Spiel ist, im Vergleich zu einem anderen Spiel mit einem schönen Bokeh, was fucking $60 pro Stück verlangt, obwohl nichts passiert, außer dass Cringe-Dialoge passieren und Teenager sterben. Okay, Teenager sterben ist schon ein Verkaufsargument.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Pac-Man. Wie groß kann ein Mund sein?
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Hold on, sweetie.
Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. Reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw.
Das war die Intention, die verschollene. Komm schon, jetzt.
I know how silly it sounds. I'm worried about a baby being too happy. But I can feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish she could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power, but all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Jesus, 150 Jumping Jacks? Was geht bei dir?
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Was ist Sage? Also klar, Minze, Thymian, Basilikum, Sage. Rosmarin?
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Ach, Salbei. Ah, okay. Danke. Oder eine Agentin bei Valorant. Ich bin immersed. Immersed. Ihr könnt machen, was ihr wollt. Das gilt aber immer. Das gilt nicht nur heute. Ihr könnt immer machen, was ihr wollt. Das ist der Spooky Chat. Da darf man machen, was man will. Zauberpinsel.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Ach so. Oh. Klar, Daumenkino. Wenn man es aufhört, muss man es von vorne machen.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Wie ist Milton jetzt gestorben? Das verstehe ich nicht ganz.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself.
Er ist ins Nichts gegangen. Ja. Der hat zur Not Suizid einfach. Er hat sich weggemalt.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Das ist die krasseste Geschichte, wenn es die ist, die ich meine. Die ist sehr gut.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis' room. Except Louis.
Weil das sehr cool gemacht ist. Erstmal Shisha, Dicker.
Smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Yo.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
what?
Wander.
Ja. Das ist so cool gemacht. Ich muss einerseits mit der Maus die Fische köpfen und mit der WASD muss ich hier laufen.
He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. wise Calico who had insisted on inviting him. Queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him. Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot. On the way back from Louis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes and appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you.
Oh, was it Mann?
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Ja, richtig gute Laune. Das ist ein richtig gute Laune-Spiel. Auch voll die gute Idee, die Lead-Designer alle als Kinder, die Kinderfotos reinzustellen. Nee, am Samstag bin ich Party-Animal. Ich habe die ganze Bandbreite an Emotionen parat. Ich kann Party-Animal, ich kann auch das, wie auch immer man das nennen mag. Ja, das SpookySunday muss aber. Ich mache hier mal. Ich glaube, es kommt nichts mehr, oder? Kann man es vorspulen? Das ist für ein Melissa aber ganz schön, ganz schön. Ja, Wellbad. Wellebad. Bällebad. So, ich meine jetzt mal, glaube ich, hier kommt nichts mehr, oder? Die Option Geschichte wiederholen steht zur Verfügung. Okay. Danke, Spiel. So. Einmal Tränchen wegdrücken und dann sehen wir uns wieder im Warte. Uno momento. Bällebad ist super eklig. Ja, aber einiges ist super eklig. Außer man ist nackt. So. Oder? Was ein uplifting Game. Aber actually, die Szene mit der Canary, so dieses Abdriften aus der Realität, ich mach ein bisschen leiser hier. Dieses Erschaffen, dieser Eskapismus, wie das spielerisch dargestellt ist, schon sehr gut. Habe ich so kein zweites Mal gesehen. Aber warte mal, ich brauche das jetzt. Ich habe ja hier den Chat jetzt mal groß. Also. Eigentlich würde ich ungern den SpookySunday so traurig ausklingen lassen. Was lese ich hier? Koordinatorisches Meister. Es ist ein sehr, ja cool. Danke, Spooky. Jetzt bin ich traurig. Ich habe richtig gute Laune. Wie gesagt, am Freitag, warte mal.
Holy Testicle Tuesday!
Ja, es ist eher Testicle Saturday. Warum bin ich... Hallo, Fokus. Fokus! Was habe ich noch? Nee. Das habe ich ganz vergessen. Nein, das habe ich ganz vergessen. Warte mal, das muss noch sein. Leute, warte mal, der Sohn ging auf einmal keinen Scheiß und konnte noch daheim aufs Klo. Was? Das ist mir entgangen, Ludel. Das ist mir entgangen. Aber ich glaube, es sind sehr viele Details im Spiel gespickt. Zum Ausgang eine Runde Montagsmaler. Ja, irgendwas muss noch her. Ich kann den SpookySunday nicht so ausklingen lassen. Ansonsten sucht sich hier jeder gleich aufpassen, was man hier für Witze macht. Das ist ja hier so gute Nacht. Hallo Guillotine. Familie Finch hat es hinter sich. Die Bälle sind weiterhin eklig. Flauter traumatisiert. Game to Reaction Stream. Nein. Das kommt mal nicht ins Haus. Ich spücke mich nicht mit fremden Federn. Ich habe ganz was vergessen. Und zwar habe ich Folgendes vergessen. Das hier. SpookySunday, als wäre es nicht von dieser Welt. Schön geklaut und ich habe es wieder geklaut. Das ist jetzt mein Logo. Meine Schrift ist zwar von einer großen Schokoladenfirma, aber die haben meinen Namen geklaut einfach. Einfach hardcore haben die meinen Frechdechse. Übrigens, vielen Dank an Investigativjournalist Fake Sash, der das rausgefunden hat. Ich finde es absolut nicht so weit absolut. Ich weiß nicht. Er hätte schon was, ja. Ich, ehrlich gesagt, weiß ich aber auch nicht, was ich jetzt noch machen sollte, außer eine Runde Nachtschicht spielen. Von daher, I don't know. Ich bin leer. Ich bin jetzt innerlich einfach leer. Ich weiß auch nicht weiter jetzt. Ich scroll mal hier so durch. Phasmophobia. Die Weihnachtsedition. Der Cover-Song, der macht gute Laune. Schreibt Ludel. Ich dachte eben, es schreibt Cover. Ja. Gut. Ich habe auch nichts mehr, was so eine halbe Stunde jetzt noch füllen würde. Ja, ich wollte ja irgendwie das Jahr jetzt irgendwie mit einem Banger oder so beenden und nicht mit so einem tristen, aber gut. So. Pass auf, ich spiele es noch. Die Verschollen hat recht. Wisst ihr was? Ich spiele jetzt jedes Follower-Intro bis jetzt ab. Nächste Follower-Intros, nächstes Jahr werden folgen und holla die Waldfee, die haben es in sich. Habe ich Ideen und auch schon teilweise vorgearbeitet. Ich muss nur noch ein bisschen den Quintenzirkel schmieden. Ja? Der Quintenzirkel muss noch geschmiedet werden. Da kommen also die nächsten Follower-Songs, vor allem der nächste, das wird, aber hallo, da kommt, der Kontrabass steht schon bereit, das Cello auch. Okay, ich beende jetzt offiziell den Stream, es war schön und rauchig. Das war das SpookySunday für 2023. Wir sehen uns wieder irgendwann im nächsten Jahr, 2024. Ich werde auf jeden Fall Bescheid geben auf WhatsApp und auf YouTube. Ein Euphemismus. Wahrscheinlich war es ein Euphemismus. Ich mag Euphemismen. Danke für 3. Ich danke euch für 2003. Ich danke euch. Und was gibt es Schöneres, als euch zu danken? Indem ich jetzt einfach 1 Milliarde Intros abspiele. Top 2 ist ja, vor allen Dingen nach Pommes Rupel, also nach Florentin Will. Also, wer nach Florentin Will kommt, also Florentin Will ist, da würde ich selbst widersprechen. Würde ich sagen, nein, never ever. Florentin Will muss immer an erster Stelle. Von daher, vielen Dank an euch. Es hat mir sehr viel Spaß gemacht dieses Jahr. Nächstes Jahr geht's weiter mit vielen Ideen und noch anderem kruden Zeug. Spooky out. Und den Chat lasse ich eingeblendet. Meine Phrasen natürlich nicht. Hier kommen die Follower-Songs in chronologischer Reihenfolge. Vielen Dank. Auf Wiedersehen.